The people that are giving talks aren't necessarily super experts that are living on some mountaintop somewhere. I'm sure we'll have some of those at some point. But it's a lot of people just like you or me. So if you haven't given a talk and you're like, well, I don't know if I could give a talk, be really happy to help offer any kind of like support or resources to help you get a start. But I'd remind you, Lloyd points out a lot of the time that the best talks on an introduction to a topic are given by people that just figured the topic out themselves, because you have that same beginner mind. So yeah, seriously do please consider giving a talk. We're all volunteers here, and we need your participation to make this happen. Speaking of people to make things happen.
You got it.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure I give a huge shout out to our hosts and a little bit of time to talk here at Gusto. First off, round of applause. Augusto, long-standing, good. Did you have anything you folks wanted to mention?
Yeah, I'll just add a couple words. First off, for anyone that's new, bathrooms are out our front door, right to the right, in the drinking fountain. Second off, thank you everyone for coming. We don't utilize the space enough. It's awesome having you guys in here. Really feel like we learn and we need to meet the more community every time you guys come. And just lastly, we've got a couple of openings right now for full stack engineers and DevOps engineers. So if you guys are in the market looking, please take a look. Paul, anything? Cool. Yeah, good. Thank you guys so much. Cool.
Lloyd, did I miss anything, Jeff?
I think that was the main thing. We've got IO Extended coming up this in a couple weeks here. We'll be hosted here at Augusto. There's one also in Rochester. And then the week after, or a week and a half after the IO event, our next meetup will be at the Nerdery, and we'll have a kind of recap of that event. At Prime Academy. Okay, and to throw everything's an exception, right? Once you make a rule, there's an exception. So that'll be on Wednesday.
No, it'll still be
Tuesday. It's still on Tuesday.
And it's just next door.
Oh, okay, super. So basically, if you know how to drive to Nerdery like we've been doing, you're there, but it's next door. Details will be on Meetup. Lots of cool, exciting stuff coming out for that.
I have ambitious plans to put together a map and like a photo of the entrance, so they'll all be online like tomorrow.
All right.
Cool. All right, well, without further ado, love to introduce our speaker. Chad, do you want to tell everybody a bit about yourself?
Sure, I'll do that. Yep, thanks.
Plugged in.
Take
this out of your way. Yeah.
See if I need the mic or not. Try it out. Okay, check. Check. Mic. Okay, there we go. 1 second. All right. Okay. Thanks, guys. My name is Chad Gilroy. The title of this presentation is Google Home, Have Fun Now, Cash In Later. Kind of what I mean by that is not necessarily that we're all looking for big money-making ventures on the Google Home, but there's a lot of opportunities right now just to kind of have fun with the platform. It's very new. Things you can do on the platform are pretty basic at this point, but down the road there's lots of hope for the platform in terms of doing better stuff, and also there's going to be a lot of companies out there who want developers to develop actions on Google for them, and there's it's kind of a good time to start learning now. So the first kind of intro slide is person-to-computer communication is difficult. Yeah, we know that it's tough for machines to always understand what we're intending to say, the context of our conversations, but person-to-person communication can be difficult too. So when I said, I'd be interested to have a session to talk about Google Home Assistant. I meant I wanted to be up there with somebody else like talking about it. And what it was interpreted was, great, we'll have a speaker spot for you to open up so you can get up here and present. So I kind of went with it. I kind of hesitated at home for a second. And I'm like, I didn't really want to give a presentation on this. I wanted to sort of have a round table, but apparently I'm giving a presentation, so away we go. So who am I? Why am I here? I appreciate the beginner mind intro. That definitely applies to me. I've been a product manager in connected devices, so I've been in the technology space for a while, mainly in product management. I have a background in mechanical engineering, but I've really just started to learn to code actually a year ago. I had been wanting to be more of a doer. I've been in marketing and product management, kind of missed the creative aspects of development, being on, like I said, on the doer side. So I literally quit my job last summer and started to learn Java and release some apps for some friends, and did some fun stuff on my own. And along that time, Google Home came out, and I got interested in that around December, and I've been developing on that platform ever since 6 months. I owned a company about 10 years ago, actually, called Voom 411 that provided local directory assistance and concierge services to people. So I've kind of always been interested in this personal assistant, like having someone you could go to do things for you. In the model that I had, it was actually pre-iPhone, where people would actually call into a call center in South Minneapolis, and people would actually give them driving directions, restaurant recommendations, traffic reports, things like that. But obviously technology has evolved. But I still think there's a space out there, a need out there, and an interest out there for having some trusted thing or entity do things for you. And I'm excited about the future of voice. So quick agenda, I'll talk about the past, present, future of voice. I'll show you some things that I like to do in Google Home. Run through some actions or agents that I've deployed. Hear from some industry experts on where they think voice is going. I'll give you my short-term wish list, having owned a device for a while and put it through its paces. That's some things that I would like the device to do. At the end of it, if we have time, we'll try developing an action on API.ai, very elementary. You guys will obviously pick it up very quickly. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about where the platform could be headed, and I'll share some thoughts or references if you're interested. I'm not going to go over this whole thing, but it seems like, to me when I look at this, it seems like voice has been around a long time. It seems like Siri has been around a long time. Not really so. I don't know if you can read that, but Siri has only been around. Apple acquired Siri about 10 years, or 7 years ago. It seems like a lot longer that Siri's been on the market. I'm sure most of you know the background of Siri. It was really developed for the military purposes to kind of have generals in the field be able to be directing kind of traffic and engagement without having to hold on to anything, so that it can be a hands-free experience. In October 2011, the first time, so iPhone 4S, we're only in the iPhone 7 now, Siri has been available, not for that long. Go up to Echo, let's see, Amazon Echo, that's only a little bit more than 3 years ago, and Skills Kit generally released under 2 years ago, and on up the line. So really, this kind of smart speaker has really only been available a couple of years. Google, a big landmark event for Google, is acquiring API.ai, and I didn't realize that they turned that into a product. I'm sure they were working on it already, but a lot of the fundamental stuff behind the Google Home is API.ai. So from September acquiring that company to November launching a product is pretty quick. So the space is fairly new. That's kind of the point of this slide. In terms of Amazon versus Google, number of actions developed. Many more actions available on Alexa, over 10,000 actions available versus, I think this is last month, but 165 actions available on Google, which I think represents a really good opportunity. As you'll see, and I'll kind of point out, if you develop an action on Google, your actions are fairly findable by people. I mean, you can develop an action. I can show you some really simple actions I've developed that hundreds of people are using a day. I mean, maybe that's not a lot, but it's compared to releasing something in the App Store, the ability to find this and the willingness of people to try it out is pretty good right now. So the other difference, and I should ask this right now before how many people own a Google Home in the room? Okay, fair amount. How many people have actually done some development, skills development on that? Good, all right, we're in the right spot. The difference is, what's kind of cool, the difference about between Alexa and Google is that Google, if you develop an action, it's available on every single device. So you essentially own the invocation name of whatever you want it to do. Versus Alexa, you actually have to have people download that skill or say that they want to use that skill. So there could be an app, I'm going to make this up, called Fitness Finder, and there might be 10 fitness finders on Alexa. However, that's because they allow multiple people to develop using the same invocation names. However, on Google, if you own the name Fitness Finder, you own that name for everyone in the world. So once you register that name, it's like a website, you own the name Fitness Finder, and there are plenty of these invocation names available that you can own and develop simple actions on. So even though Amazon has a pretty significant head start, a couple-year head start, Google's brand recognition is pretty strong, right? So even though there are way more devices out there, I think Amazon predicts there's going to be 10 million Echoes out there by the end of the year. That's going to be a lot more than Google Homes. But even though they have a lot more in the field and a lot more skills developed, the brand recognition is not that different. And I think Google Home is catching up every day in terms of people who either know about it, have faith in it, or want it. The near future, so again, Amazon's a pretty powerful company. 244 people are active Amazon users. However, compared to Google, 1.4 billion Android phone users. I mean, that's something like, it's a crazy percentage of the adult population that actually has Android phones. Developer actions, the things that I've done, are currently only available on Google Home, so it's a pretty small pie, and less than hundreds of thousands of units out there. But that is going to quickly change, and I'm talking probably about in the next month, I would predict, that these will start getting rolled out onto Android phones. I think it's available on Pixel now, but they'll be available on Android phones. So every Android phone produced will allow, a lot of them have assistants now, but they don't have developer actions available on those. That's going to change very quickly. I got an email from Google recently saying that be sure your actions are the text-to-speech, speech-to-text works very accurately, because these are going to be rolled out on phones very quickly, so that's exciting. Currently only available in the US and the UK, but it's obviously going to go global. Some other kind of general exciting things on the voice front. Alexa is rolling out into Volkswagen and Fords this summer, so obviously a very good fit in terms of a voice experience. You're not going to want to be checking your phone while you're driving, so it's interactive voice experience in your car. Makes a lot of sense. Marriott hotels, maybe you get in your hotel room, instead of trying to get on the Wi-Fi or whatever, you can just ask it, and Marriott can have an app to tell you kind of what's going on in the neighborhood.
Question?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Any idea of what smart speakers Marriott is?
It's actually Alexa, or Amazon, yeah. And big name companies are developing their own actions. Progressive Insurance, Motley Fool, ESPN, more and more companies will be developing their own actions. And these are honestly things that you and I could do in an afternoon. These are very simple actions. There's no fulfillment, there's no real business logic behind it. It's all developed on API.ai with maybe some studio of a nice person talking. That's good. They're pretty simple at this point. Some interesting things to do on Google Home. Let's see if it works, it's pretty good. Okay, Google, what's the weather forecast this weekend?
Tomorrow through Saturday in Minneapolis, highs will be around 67, while lows will be around 44. Tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy. Thursday through Saturday, it'll be sunny.
So that's cool. I didn't have to tell where I was. I knew where I was. That's kind of nice. I knew what the weekend meant. You didn't have to say what is the weather like on Friday, so it kind of has some context. Another thing I like to do, okay Google, play the radio station Vampire Weekend on Pandora.
I looked for that, but it either isn't available or can't be played right now.
Okay Google, play the Metallica radio station on Pandora.
Okay, here's Metallica on Pandora.
So it's kind of cool, you don't have to, this is all set up, you can download it through your app. Another cool thing, okay, I'll crank up the volume for a second just for demo purposes. Okay, Google, volume 10. So that's kind of loud as it goes. But it's very good at recognizing, even though it's pretty loud, it's very good at recognizing its commands. Like, okay, Google, stop. So it can be blaring, and still because it's sampling at that particular frequency for Google. Okay, Google. It knows you don't have to shout at it while music is playing, which is kind of cool. Another third
Sorry,
party.
I can't help with that yet.
Another third party developed app. You know, I kind of check these out. Okay, Google, talk to the bartender.
Sure, here's the bartender.
This is the bartender. I can help you with cocktail recipes. Would you like me to suggest a cocktail based on an ingredient, the name of a cocktail, or would you like me to surprise you?
The name of a cocktail.
What cocktail are you interested in?
Gin Ricky.
There's a recipe for a cocktail named Gin Ricky. The ingredients are 1.5 ounces gin,
It's a good
juice
cocktail.
of 1/2 lime, carbonated water, 1 lime. The instructions to make the drink are pour juice of lime and gin into a highball glass
I'm
over
bringing
ice
this up for a
cubes.
reason.
Fill with carbonated water and stir. Add the wedge of lime and serve. Would you like that emailed to you?
Yes.
To do that, I'll just need to get your email address from Google. Is that okay?
Yes.
The email has been sent.
So that's kind of cool that, I mean, it's a good combination of voice, and now if you want a recipe or something like that, that's a cool way to do it, because you don't want to be talking to your Google Home while you're going through this recipe. It's kind of a nice interaction, and send me a text, or send me an email on how to make that cocktail. This is one that I did, it's kind of stupid, but just for experimentation purposes. Okay, Google, talk to 8 Ball.
Sure, here's 8 Ball.
Welcome to the internet, my friend. How can I help you?
Should I go to work tomorrow?
Now I know you love it is that they're keeping not slim, but we got a workload today, okay?
So it's a bunch of different things on there. It's kind of like the old 8 Ball thing, you have the magic 8 Ball you shake up, and there's probably 50 different voicings it responds to. Okay, Google, talk to 8 Ball.
Sure, here's 8 Ball.
Welcome to the internet, my friend. How can I help you?
Should I stay or should I go? Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google. Stop. Okay, there's a bunch of different kind of fun stuff you can do in there. While we're on this topic, I'll just show you something quick in terms of analytics that are available. So that's available for everyone, just kind of a fun thing. But there's a company called Voice Labs that allows you to track who's actually using your app. So I just did this, actually. So currently, this is actually since noon today. I just installed this. So 78 people tried this out since noon today. There's 7 people who are actively using that 8 Ball thing right now. You can actually see there's going to be no retention data, but it'll give you the retention data. You can actually see the path that people go down. So there's lots of cool kind of analytics that are free through this company that you can use to track kind of the success of your app. So this is, you add this actually so the fulfillment of this app is on Node.js, and so you add this as a few JavaScript lines to add, to be able to actually track these analytics. It's kind of cool and it's free. So I've got a little derail there, sorry. Back to this. Oh, you can also make one or two more cool things to do. You can actually order stuff. Okay, Google, order coffee.
Sorry, try asking again.
Okay, Google, I'd like to order coffee from Costco.
Okay, here's something from Costco on Google Express. I can get Folgers Classic Medium Roast Coffee, 48 ounce kit for $11.15 after tax. Should I order that?
No.
I can also get Kirkland Colombian Supremo Whole Bean Coffee, 48 ounce bag from Costco for $15.97 after tax. Should I order that?
No. Okay, Google, stop. But, so I have my credit card information already into Pay with Google. So if I had said yes, and I've done this before, they literally places the order right there.
Sorry,
So,
I didn't get that. Should I place the order for Kirkland Colombian Supremo?
no.
Okay, so you have it for later. Should I add a copy to your shopping list?
Yeah, so it kind of stores like, okay, Google, what's on my shopping list? This is kind of embarrassing.
Sorry, I did not understand. Okay, so you have it for later. Should I add a copy to your shopping list?
Yes.
Sure, done.
Okay, Google, what's on my shopping list?
You have 8 items on your shopping list. Coffee from Costco, coffee, alcohol, protein bars, coffee, Swedish fish, coffee, and candy.
Healthy diet. But you can, so it's really cool. So you can imagine, like, you get home from work, order pizza or anything that you want. The actual Pay with Google is not available for third-party developers, but that's probably coming too. So that's pretty cool that it's, all that information is on your phone. You don't need to like go to Pizza Luce and tell them what your credit card number is. You can just pay right from your Google. It's kind of cool, I think. I'm not going to go over library hours. Some prediction. For some reason it's not syncing up right now. Okay, so predictions by industry experts. Where do industry experts think this platform is going? Person-to-person communications, you can imagine your brother-in-law or whoever has a Google Home, you can actually use it as an intercom. I don't think that's too far away. Monetization capabilities is really important. So Alexa currently doesn't have any real monetization capability. There's no way for developers to make money on this, which is a problem. I actually just got contacted today by a marketing person at Google for a half-hour interview on Thursday asking for suggestions on monetization capabilities. And I actually told her that I was going to meet with you all today. So I'm going to stop and put you guys on the spot. How would you guys, anyone have an idea how they would monetize this? What would you like to see? Ads played before these things are fulfilled? How can developers make money on this using these actions? Anyone have a thought on that?
You get a cut from the pizza company that delivers pizza.
Cut from the pizza company, so yeah. Okay.
You have to know who they are. They have to do it.
It's a pretty local thing, I guess.
Right, order a local pizza from Pizza Hut and then say, hey, next time try Domino's on Tuesdays because they offer $4 off when you order 2 pizzas. Not only did you suggest a different pizza company because Domino's paid Google, now you know it's $4 off and you're going to order 2 pizzas next Tuesday. And we'll be here Tuesday.
So at what point would you suggest that in the conversation? I'm just asking. At the end? Like next time?
Next time, yeah, after you place your order.
Okay.
You don't want to change it. You knew what you wanted when you ordered.
That's assuming it's not a Domino's app that you're developing, or you're not.
Could be.
Okay.
Well, there's some going on right now, if you consider the ones that aren't really third parties, but they are, like Netflix, YouTube.
Yeah.
So for me, I wish they'd open it up to third parties completely, so I could do cast stuff. So if I've got a subscription video service,
Yeah.
and I can say, well, if you create your account and you set your subscription, you can play this on your TV, not just hear it.
Yeah.
So I think that would be something I wish, I've already asked them, I'm dying for them to open it up, but.
Yeah. And I think that's probably my number one thing that I'd like to see them doing is get casting involved to a greater extent. You know, there's, you know, information, like dialogue is great, but if you actually are getting information from the device, being able to see that is much better. Like, you know, if you, hey, I'm thinking about going to, this is an example, I'm thinking about going to Playa del Carmen. I wonder if my friends have been there. Can you check Facebook feed to see if anyone's been there?
Sure.
And then, okay, Google's fine.
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Okay, cool, stop.
Or seeing that Domino's pizza on TV that you just built.
Yeah.
Automatically when it's done, the order, it doesn't only email it to you, it also throws it on your TV pretty quick, because it's
Yeah.
so bright, you know.
Yep. And, you know, another thing they could do, if you guys notice, those people who have Google Home apps, you actually sometimes get a notification of what the website was on your phone. So there could be a combination of, you know, if you end up using an app, like say the stupid app that I developed, well, if Domino's wants to pay for it, they could send a notification to Google Home, and the next time someone looks at Google Home, they could see that. Or I personally wouldn't mind a little jingle at the end, like a 5-second jingle after it fulfills your action. That could be a possibility.
What was the interaction that you had that asked you if you could email follow-up stuff?
That was the bartender app, and
Right.
that permission is actually, I just asked the community that question. That permission is actually not supported. Getting your email address, I think they do that through Scopes. You guys probably know about more about that than I did, or some other means. But that's a pretty cool thing to be able to email people.
Because I mean, think about user experience. That exchange would be less taxing because it's just a little laggy to have the audio conversation. You need to interrupt this thing to say stop playing the ad about the whatever if it wants to play. You know, so if it is able to somehow profile your interaction and then send a follow-up email, hey, you had this conversation about this, you might also be interested in these, whatever.
They kind of funnel that through their Google Home info too. So if you do queries on stuff, it'll actually show you like, hey, you asked about this, and you can see it in their feed in there too. So they are working on some of that too.
With some of they've talked about this new multi-user support that's coming.
Yep, it's here. It works.
My question is, can I lock out my children?
Yep.
I'm a YouTube Red subscriber. I don't want my 7-year-old listening to what I listen to, which is all country music for this time being. But I don't want him to come in and say, YouTube, start playing, and it not be meant for him. All the same, I don't want my 3-year-old to walk in, and my 3-year-old can do it now, play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it interrupts my music and starts playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star by the Minions, which I love because I've heard it 4 times today.
I don't know if it can do all that, but it definitely can recognize different user voices. Like, so I that order something from Costco, I had my wife try to do the exact same thing and she couldn't do it.
Okay.
There's actually a permissions thing on Google Home that says you can disable adult content on there. But so I think that the multi-user stuff, I think we just got rolled out last week, but it works fairly well.
How does the order from Costco work? Is that a specific Costco app, or could you also order from Safeway or anywhere you want? Is there some sort of generic?
You have to be registered as a Google Express provider, and they're all the big name companies, you know, Pier 1, you know, Costco. They're only rolling it out to really, you know, big huge companies at this point. So yeah, you can go and register your payment information on your phone. And then all these people Google Express is a separate shopping app that Google has as well. So you can actually, there's a Google Express site you can go to order stuff too.
First question, can you order from Amazon through that?
I don't think so.
Yes, you're actually to the level.
There you go.
Also off the topic, when can we switch from saying, okay, Google, to, hey, Veronica, or hey, Bob? See, my girl
Sorry, I'm not
answers
sure how to help. I'm still learning.
on, oh, I've taught her to be Veronica.
You've taught your phone?
Sort of. Like, you wanna know what my name is, and she does it in British accent too, which drives my wife nuts. What is my name?
Your name is, would you like a spot of tea and crumpets?
It's not really my name, but I like hearing that.
It knows my name too, but maybe, so I have a little bit of background in terms of how they do that. So the wake up, I believe, I've not dug into it too much, but the wake up commands are sampling a very specific thing, right? So I think it could be partially hardware that would need to change to allow people to expand different things. So you'd have to actually be looking for a different command. So I'm not sure how simple it is. Other people have asked. I don't think it's super trivial to do it. I don't know.
So it hurts their brand.
What's that?
It hurts their brand, so I can see it in your concept.
Yeah.
Somewhat I agree, but all the same, I think it makes it more personal. If you're gonna know my wife's voice and my voice, then you should be able to understand that when I'm talking to my Google Assistant, I want her to be a girl. And when my wife talks to Google Assistant, she wants it to be a man, or be Bob, for instance.
That's probably more possible than giving it a separate invocation name, I would think.
Right.
It's just, yeah. Okay, so what time is it?
10
All right.
Yeah.
So should we ship, do people actually want to try out the API.ai and try to do it on their own rather than hear me talk more? Okay, let's try to do that. So I don't know if you want to do it on your own or in groups, but so let's go to that one. Okay, so we're going to try to develop a pizza delivery agent because when I get home, all I want to say is blank, blank, order from Pizza Luce and have it show up at my door. That's all I want to say. So the challenge here, we're just going to do this on API.ai. You don't have to do it. You don't have to open up the app right now. But whether alone or individually or in a group or not at all, the first thing we want to do is write a script for a basic interaction with a pizza delivery person. So a typical conversation, how would it go? Actually, in this case, making a phone call to order a pizza. So someone besides me needs to come up with a script to show the group to order a pizza. I'll give you like 5 minutes.
Do you want everybody to do it as a single group or break into little groups?
I would say either, at your table, just type something up on your computer and then you can come up here and show us your script. So yeah, at your table or around those next to you, just come up with one script. If you don't have a computer, get with someone who has a computer. Maybe a 10 to 15 line script like, I said this, Pizza Luce said this, I said this, Pizza Luce said this, until you...
Within API.ai?
Not on API, just on Word, whatever the document. So this is just a script. We're going to start off, before we start coding and putting anything into API.ai, we're just going to write a typical script. So this isn't going to be like a best case, it's not going to be a worst case, it's just like a typical conversation with a pizza place.
This is also graphic.
No, that's this is a graphic.
We're not saying go big, go home.
Notes, whatever, this kind of conversation.
Is that what we're, and then the next thing we say, I'd like to order.
That's after the call to action. Calling the action is pizza. Part.
Oh, right, it's called Let Me Talk to You.
Yeah.
Let me
Pizza.
talk to you.
I guess not. It's mostly technology and company business. Chances are you can ask to save the responses that help you understand. But chances are help not go through it when it's big enough. Like, oh no, you might have something. But generally, let's say how many pieces, what size, is address the usual address, which tokens, how many tokens order, they want just.
So feed it to the guidelines, keep it simple, like one topping, one meat, one veggie, roast items.
I wonder how that makes sense.
Anything else?
Are yes, they can rush my routes just right in Russian works.
Let's place an order.
Worst part is
What?
I mean, not spelled out, but pronounce me. Because my first name is
The usual or specialty or medium?
I mean, today, any if it's John Smith, then maybe it will understand. But how do you say John?
Well, wouldn't that be one of the, so what if it says, what would you like? And you could say,
yeah, but my point is, okay, you could not John Smith, but you
or you could say,
how do you say dot? Is it
medium
D-O-T or is it dot as in dot?
cheese or special?
That's true.
Anybody ready to volunteer to be a guinea pig?
Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, all right, well.
We don't have 15 lines, but we have to start. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You have what's the thunderclap? Lightning?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, nope, it's the wrong one.
we have a ring that there's no spot up and it shouldn't be very expensive. It's an expensive ring, but we have like 10 of them. And every place where
I actually want to go on and follow up on that.
Skype was working nicely. Microsoft wasn't as now but they did bring like a smart. So what I did is I installed instead it's the same idea except for the desktop is similar to which
backup person?
Yeah, who else?
All right, next up, we technical difficulties. By the way, we can't have next.
We'll just we only have HDMI.
Oh, it doesn't have the other.
Jeff's up. Well, it doesn't, we do, but there's no VGA adapter or cable. Oh, that would have done it.
with all the sleeves.
It's all right.
So we've gone away.
All right.
Patrick went through this.
All right, guys, listen up. We're gonna go through the script.
All right, so what kind of pizza would you like? Specialty or custom? Oh, you said a specialty pizza. We've got a few different choices. Fire and Hawaiian, buffalo chicken pizza, meatza, mega supreme, etc. And then if they want one of those, they pick which one. Oh, you wanted a custom pizza? That's great. What kind of crust would you like? What kind of sauce would you like? What kind of toppings would you like? You have so many little rabbit holes to go down with all that. And then eventually try to upsell by adding some sides. See if they want any more pizzas. One pizza isn't enough for most of our customers. Would you like any additional pizzas?
Okay.
And would you like that for delivery or pickup? Which we didn't think about it at the beginning. Because like, oh, yeah, somebody might actually want to go pick it up. Like, that's the thing people do. Maybe they don't trust the delivery driver or something. And then, when would you like that? Okay. So you might not want it immediately. You got home and you're like, oh no, I need the pizzas at 8 because my friend's coming over. And 8's when we're going to start to eat.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's the ultimate lazy, easy path? Like, you can, like, you're on your last breath. How do you get this done?
Oh, sure. Last time you ordered meats extreme. Would you like 2 of them this time?
Right? And we have, and welcome back, your name.
Sure, sure.
Do you want to deliver to 5000 Park Avenue? Yes. You know, so you can automatically, like, in 2 lines, order you a pizza. Would you like this charged to your Google Pay? Yes. So it's very simple. So, doesn't matter, not important. But okay, now we're going to make you do it on API.ai. So go to API.ai.
Oh, wow, we're there.
Wow.
That was fast.
So my first test agent, you want to name it my first test agent?
No.
Okay, create a new agent. There you go.
Yeah.
Give it a name.
All right.
Pizza. Original. Okay, save that.
And make it private or it's public?
Doesn't matter at this point.
I think we're using his account because it's his laptop, so.
All right, so the first thing you're going to see, what happens right away, so the welcome intent. So the default welcome intent, if you open up the default welcome intent, right down the middle, default welcome intent.
Now, should I switch it to private? Like, this is actually, I don't want
No, the only thing that matters is if you actually register a Google, if you actually have a registered Google project and then launch it, and then other people can like guess your indication name. Not that anyone would guess pizza, but so this is what will happen when the users first come into the app. So the text responses go all the way to the bottom of the text response. So we don't want any of these. We don't want the Pizza Luce person just to say hi, right? So delete all those. So what do you want it to say?
Welcome back. Or no, you're hungry, aren't you?
Up to you. What do you want it to say?
Let's see. You were laughing. You pick one.
That last one he said. You're hungry, aren't you?
This is the third time this week.
Or hungry again? That's awesome. Or something I can take away instead of making them feel like they eat too many pizzas.
And then you should ask them a question. So that's a little bit too general because you're going to get a yes or it's a little too general. You want to start with like mapping to an intent. So you would say, what can I do for you today? So it'll prompt them to say like order a pizza.
So not you're hungry for a pizza extreme, aren't you? Maybe something else.
Yeah, because you want to get a specific something out of them what they want to do. Because if you say yes, that's a little bit hard right away in the conversation, just from a trust me standpoint. Like basically, you want them to invoke. You basically want them to tell you what they want to do. So you could say something like, how can I help you? Just kind of a general thing. Okay, so what's an obvious thing that the user would say? I'd like to order a pizza, right? Okay, let's create an intent. So go to intent, plus on intent on the left. Oh, okay, you need to save that thing, cancel it. Oh, no, I don't think you saved the one. Anyway, go back to the intents. Go back just the regular intents without the plus. Yes. Okay. Okay. Go to the welcome intent. Just see if we captured what you had. Okay. We didn't save it, so cancel those out. We'll save. We'll enter your new one. So response. Hit in response. Click on response. Add message content. Text response, and then type your thing and we'll save it. How can I help you? Okay, question mark, save that. All right, so they're going to say, create a plus in the intent. They're going to say, I'd like to order pizza. So these are the variety of things that the users could say. I'd like to order pizza. Hit enter. These are, lots of examples. I'd like to order a pizza for delivery. I'd like not to be hungry. That's fine. Okay, so we have the various things that they can say. So how are we, so name this intent like order pizza. And so now they said I like to order pizza. What do we respond with? What's our first response?
Would you like the usual?
Would you like the usual?
Yeah, the happy pass.
What if this is your first time in?
What's that?
What if this is your first time in? Like, how do you know?
Yeah, you could probably use your business logic to determine that, but
Would you like to hear our daily specials?
lots of different things we could reply to, yeah. But for me, ultimate lazy path is, would you like your usual when you're done, right?
Sure.
You don't want to have to listen to a bunch of specials if you just want, you know what you want, and you can just get it ordered right away.
And the last thing you want to do is piss people off by asking a bunch of extraneous questions.
Yeah, the thing is, if listing all the specialty pizzas too is a bad idea because it's going to drone on and on. Like,
Exactly.
would you like the Hawaiian pizza? Would you like the meat lovers pizza? Would you like the Athena? Would you like? It's kind of a bad experience. So let's just say, would you like your usual order? Okay, we'll save this. So now go to intents. So if we see order pizza, click on. So add follow-up intent. So people can say yes or no to this. So let's say yes. Let's say they want their usual order. Okay, click on that. Okay, so user says yes. And what we're going to do for this action, actually have this mapped to my fulfillment site where they can actually, they can't actually order it. But what we want to do here is put under action, so this is going to go out to my webhook, put order usual. So order.usual right here. Order.usual. Lowercase. I don't know if it matters. Okay. So that's the action that will happen. It'll go out and say this. So go to integrate. So in order to do this, we're kind of going out of API.ai into somewhere else. You say actions or usual. Okay. So fulfillment. So it's going to go out. If you go to fulfillment on the left. Fulfillment, enable fulfillment. And so it'll need that webhook address that I just sent you. And that's what I put on the screen. And I wrote that down. So here's the web address. So it's https fathomless reef -13458.herokuapp.com/. Okay, save that. So that's basically when you hit that action, it's going to prompt that webhook to answer back. It'll tell you what my usual is. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. So let's say they want usual no. So let's go. Did you say that already? Okay, go to intents. So order pizza. Now we're going to say, okay, back to intents. Follow-up intent. Usual no. So go to order pizza no. Order pizza no. Okay. Now if the user says no, and these are all the synonyms for no that they already came up with. Yeah, get rid of that. Now we're going to ask them, let's just go, because we're short on time, let's go to, would you like specialty pizza or would you like to create your own? Ask them that in the text response. Not in the action, the text response.
Sorry.
Would you like a specialty pizza or to build your own? Okay, save that. User doesn't say no. User doesn't have to say anything. They already said no.
Explain more.
They already populated all the synonyms for no for you. So this is no. So if they say, so the next thing they say is, I want to build my own. Okay. So create an intent called build my own. Or build your own. Save that. Okay, now so there's different things that the user can build, right? So there's going to be crust, sauce, toppings. I said in my example, meat, one veggie, and then size. Okay? So instead of having these in what users can say, we're actually going to create entities. So we're going to actually populate a list of possible selections. So we go under entities. So this entity will call it veggies. All right. So then we click here to add an entity on the bottom. So yeah. So pick a vegetable, onion, peppers. Okay. Okay, are there any other synonyms for green peppers? I don't know. They allow you to select synonyms. If you want, like, I don't know, onion might be called something else. Garlic might be called something else. They're probably pretty standard things, but you could have synonyms to, could be like Clamato olives or something like that. Anyway, so you have enough there. That's fine. So save that. Now, the next thing we want to do is create an entity for meats. Okay, save that, and we'll go enter the meats, pepperoni, do hamburger. That could be, synonym of that could be ground beef, right? So, mystery meat, perfect. And whatever, sausage. And then that could be, okay, that's good enough for now. Save that. All right. So now grade like sizes. Size, good size. So this would be just small, medium, large, that's fine. All right, save that. 814. All right, we're gonna do that. Okay, so now next we'll go back into intents. So what's the last thing that we asked? What's the last thing that we asked the user? We asked them build your own. Would you like to build your own? They said yes. We said okay, go ahead and build your own. Okay, that's fine. No, just go ahead and build your own. Let's see what we responded with. Okay, we haven't responded with anything. They said we'd like to build your own. Let's start off with something. So let's give them a cue. What size would you like? Okay, save this. And then we'll go into specific things. So do build your own tube. Let's just call it, create an intent called build your own tube. This would be like, so add an intent. Okay, so user says, what's the user going to say if you ask them what size? So type in a size. Hit enter. So you'll notice it recognizes that, right? So it recognizes that this is an entity that we created, size. So it knows we're looking for size. So we're going to require that. So hit require down here. We're going to require that they give us a size. And if they didn't give it to us the first time, do define prompts. Just say, what size would you like? Okay? And then in the same screen, we can type in, for a user says, type in sausage, for example. Even though we asked them the size, we're going to take care of it all in the same place. Boom, okay. So go back down to require. So we're going to require everything right here. Require that, and then we're going to say what kind of meat you want. And there can be variants of this. You can ask them in a variety of ways. Close that. And then the other thing we want to know is what kind of vegetable. Or yeah, so not chicken's not a vegetable. So like onion. Okay, so go down to required parameters. So there we go. Define prompts. What kind of vegetable? Okay, so now they're going to give us, yeah, you can enter a variant if you want. So once they give us, we can send these parameters now to wherever we want. These are captured parameters, but for the sake of this, we'll just say, enter response, okay, a $ size, $ meat, and $ veggies. Yep, is on the way.
What if you want hamburger and sausage?
I think you were right there. So this is what's that?
You can say both.
So for this example, we just said one meat, one veggie, and one, but you could change it. So we're going to have to do one meat and one veggie only. You can change that, obviously. Just trying to make it simple. Okay, save that. So if we want to try this out, I have no idea if it'll work or not, but we can try it out by, okay, go into integrations. Actions on Google, enable actions on Google. Okay, so now you can pick a voice. Someone likes, there's 2 different male voices, 2 different female voices. I don't know if you care, one way or the other. Male, Okay, and now you have to decide what indication name that you want to give it for testing. What do you want to call this? Patrick?
No.
You don't have to do Google ID for this now. And so you can now, okay,
That's it.
authorize it. Lower right. Allow, okay.
You gave a thumbs up. So.
Okay, now go to web preview. See if Okay, now go to the web simulator, the web simulator on top here. This test integration web simulator. All right, scroll down, start.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, go to that. Thank you.
Okay, now, so I think so now the microphone, you can say what you want to say. Say, okay, Google, talk to whatever you want, whatever you need it. Allow that. Allow.
Just look at your laptop and the accounts that they're in.
So you have to say, okay, basically say, okay, Google, talk to whatever your name is, the name. Okay, Google,
Okay,
talk to
Google, talk
Patrick.
to pizza.
What was the indication name?
Patrick.
Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Sure, here is the test version of Patrick.
Awesome.
How can I help you?
I'd like to order a pizza.
You have to hold the microphone.
I'd like to order a pizza.
Would you like your usual order?
Yes.
I like this.
Patrick isn't responding right now.
Try it again,
Try
is
again
that
soon.
basically what happens? Try it again, because sometimes I only have it through Heroku and they go to sleep, so they time out when you the first time you try to do it. So.
Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Sure, here is the test
I'd like to
version
order a
of
pizza.
Patrick. How can I help you?
I'd like to order a pizza.
One more time.
I'd like to order a pizza.
Would you like your usual order?
Yes.
Patrick isn't responding
Okay.
right now.
Maybe
Try
something
again
got
soon.
messed up. Let's go the other path. Let's go build around. I'm not sure what happened. So try
Did
to
you actually declare an intent if you said this?
What's that?
I don't think you declared an intent if you said
Hold on. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to API again. Okay, close this. Let's look at the intent. So order pizza, yes. Okay, go all the way down. Action usual, fulfillment, go fulfillment. Oh, we didn't use webhook, there we go. Check that. And actions on Google, check that on the bottom. And in conversation. All right, go back. Thanks for the catch.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Now we have to preview it again. Now we have to kind of deploy, you have to redeploy that back in integrations. Actions on Google. Preview.
This is actually super helpful for me because this is exactly the kind of problem I'll run into. I don't will have any idea what's going on.
Okay, go to the simulator again. Oh, you can go to the simulator on your top tab again. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's okay. All right. Sure.
Okay, Google, I'd like to order a pizza.
Sorry, this action is not available in simulation.
Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Sure, here is the test version of Patrick. How can I help you?
I'd like to order a pizza.
Would you like your usual order?
Yes.
A large pizza with sauerkraut and anchovies is on the way. Enjoy.
Not that we just sent the man to space there, but I'm glad we actually did that.
That's so cool.
Okay, now okay, now try it again with build your own, just to run through it. So start over again from build your own. So no, you don't have to go back. Just say, okay, Patrick, talk to pizza, whatever. Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Now go through the build your own.
Sure, here is the test version of Patrick. How can I help you? Sorry, what was that?
I'd like to order a pizza.
Would you like your usual order?
No.
Would you like a specialty pizza or to build your own?
I'd like to build my own.
Would you like your usual order?
No.
Would you like a specialty pizza or to build your own?
We didn't.
Specialty?
No, we messed up something. So stop it. I think see what we messed up. So we never actually said what we're going to say. We said build your own. Just say okay. Go back when it's to the build your own intent. So we never actually say build my own. So let's tell them that we're going to say build my own on the up on top. Add expression. Build my own. Or I'd like to create my own, whatever. All right, save that.
I've got a question about the API here.
Yeah.
Now, all of this, you can brainstorm a million different possible ways to phrase things, but it's never going to, anticipate every user's predictions.
Yeah.
Does this give you some way of getting back dead ends where the user said something and it didn't understand?
Yeah. I think we're running out of time, but I actually, on my apps, I get every single thing that a user has ever said to this. So it's actually pretty freaky. Should I kill myself? Will my girlfriend do this to me tonight? You can actually see what people are asking the device. Okay, save that, and then we'll just see if it works correctly. Okay, go back to integrations. Actions on Google Preview, and it should work now. So we'll run through it again on the simulator. So let's go to the microphone.
Sorry, this action is not available in simulation.
Okay, Google, talk with Patrick.
Sorry, this action is not available in simulation.
One more time. Talk to Patrick.
Okay, Google, talk to Patrick.
Sure, here is the test version of Patrick. How can I help you?
I'd like to order a pizza.
Would you like your usual order? Would you like a specialty pizza or to build your own?
Build my own.
What size would you like?
Large.
What kind of meat do you want?
Chicken.
What kind of vegetables would you like?
Onions.
Pizza is on the way.
Okay, that works. So that's the end of the demo. time. So, yeah, thank you everyone for letting me kind of share my enthusiasm about Google Home.